So welcome to Damos's Handyman Workshop. Today installing a water filtration system will be a 4-stage reverse osmosis water filtration system. So that involves removing of sediment, removing of fluoride and other contaminants in the water, and then separating any dirty water. Well, it has a coconut husk and it replenishes it with nutrients and carbon and minerals. We'll be installing that with a facet at the top that's separate from the tap system so that you're able to access water, and it will also have a tank that will hold up to 5 to 10 litres depending on what one you've purchased. Alright, so first things first, it's priced around $581 for the system. If you were to buy this or get this done professionally by a plumber, you're looking over $1,000 plus, and a continual replacement fee and service fee for the filtration system. So this is the sediment filter and this is the carbon filter, and then you have up here a membrane filter that goes with this. Top here is the coconut filtration system that then replenishes. So that's the reverse osmosis that replenishes your water back again for it to be healthy. Water feed. So we're going to be turning off the main water to the household. So that will be the cold water. So this is down here on the right. So we'll be turning that off, and then we will be taking off the main hose and then attaching this feed here. So this is the connection between the kitchen tap and the cold water. And this will be cutting the white line and then attaching that to the pressure valve. And the pressure valve adapter will be stopping the pressure from being too hard so that it won't burst. When you push it in, you'll feel it click. There we go. Oh, it goes all the way in, and now it doesn't move at all. Alright, this is the drain clamp, and the black hose is going to the drain, to the P-trap, and we'll be just marking it out and then drilling a hole there. And I'll be using 8mm drill bit in my drill, and that will be just going above the water line so that the water, when it's coming out of the tap, doesn't feed back in, but we're feeding straight into the reservoir. So with the flathead screwdriver, I'm just undoing the clamp and then attaching like so. Just tightening the clip. Once it's aligned like this, we can move it into position so you can see daylight, and then we'll tighten it up. And then that just clips into there, the black hose, like so, and then won't come out. So now we're just unpacking the facet. This is the tap system for the water, and we'll drill a hole 12.5mm in the corner of the stainless steel. So this clip you take off and you screw this in. Now with the 12mm we have to drill a hole. So we've got the O-ring, and that goes in the bottom there, and then we attach this underneath to the stem, and then we're putting this into the base where we've just made 12.5mm hole. So underneath we're going to be screwing in the washer, then this is going to brace it, hold it in, and then we've got the nut that's going to support it and tighten as a compression nut. So just attach the plastic washer, the lock washer and locking nut. So there we have the cone washer that will be attaching the tube. So we're just pulling out these red clips as a safety clip, and then we're going the white tube that's coming, goes into it like that, you push it in and you feel it click in. And so that tube is coming from the water main. So here we've got the white inlet pipe tube, and it's coming, and you've got to leave a little bit of length, because next time if you move house, it's portable and you want to unscrew it and take it somewhere else, you've got a little bit more length in case. So you measure it up to where you feel satisfied, and then you cut it. So we just connected the white tube to the pressure inlet. The drain pipe, the black hose, that's going to be connected here to where it says drain, and then we're going to measure it by hand and I'm going to cut it like so and push it into the drain pipe. There we go. So now we're doing the blue tube that will be going from where it says on the filter facet, nib here you got to pull out, and then you're going to connect. There we go. And then you're going to measure it up to the facet up the top there. You cut it. There we go. So here we have the yellow tubing between the T-fitting and the tank valve. So we got to pull out this little nib again, push the yellow one in like so, and then I got to get the tank and measure that out. Here you go, this is the big bad boy. Another switch off, turn off valve onto the tank, and so I'll just tighten it up. So here, this tank, once it's got water in and stuff, will be pressurized, and this should never be messed with or touched with after installation or any time during installation. So now we've just got the yellow hose going to the storage tank, and we'll just measure that out by hand, give it a bit of distance. So if you wanted to actually pull it out, you've got some space to pull it out, and just cut it off about there. So we'll start off with, first things first, is the sediment filter. There's no wrong or right way to put this in. They're both the same either way, but there is a little bracket there for it to sit in. Alright, so you place that in there, like so. And then, there we go. And it has to be hand tight. You don't want to over tighten it, because the pressure, once the water's flowing, will pressurize the system anyway. Alright, so now we're doing the carbon filter. And once again, there's no right or wrong way to place it in there. Alright, so the membrane filter goes in this way, and we'll be unscrewing. There we go. And you can feel when it pushes in. Once again, hand tight, and we'll stick the hose back in. Alright, so now that we've done all the filtration system, we can go on to putting in the screws at the back and fastening it to the side of the sink. And we'll use a pen to mark out the appropriate spot. Beautiful. And now we can latch that on like so. And then we turn this to straight so it can run. And it's running through. Alrighty. So now it's spitting out water, and it can go for a couple of minutes and stuff, and that's alright. It's just building up compression. And also, as it goes through the filter, the water might be a little bit dark or taste a little bit metallic, but that's fine. That's actually part of the coconut filter, and it's not actually bad for you. Also, you've just got these are handy tools too for when you're changing the filtration system, but as I said, I only tighten it to hand tight, but these can help get it off because it's all pressurized. Thanks for joining me this week, and I've enjoyed sharing the filtration system. It's not only good for your body, but it's good for the whole family, and it's a great do-it-yourself project. And so thanks for coming along, and hope to see you guys soon for the next one next week.